barbecue did bring it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Enjoy your barbecue. Okay, so big things are, generally speaking, this widow is not your responsibility. You're responsible for escorting your backline. They don't die to the widow, but the one chasing the widow is supposed to be your monkey in most cases. You also need to watch out for honor nades, and echo stickies, right? Because these are all things that threaten you during rotation or early into the fight, right? After that, you just fire strikes, blah blah blah, and then protect your backline from early dives from this guy, and also from like again pickoffs from this guy before your. And once you're done with that, then you can go aggressive because there's no real threats after that, right? Once you've dealt with the Echo and the Widow is being chased by your monkey, right? These guys are not a threat to your backline most of the time, right? So then you can go play aggressive, do whatever you want, take high ground, etc., etc. But against if they were like on Monkey Diva or something, then you'd be responsible for protecting your backline the entire time, basically. Maybe DM your monkey on the way in slightly, and then you would just turn around and help your backline, right? Right. So first of all, you're wasting a lot of DM. You're also like pushing at weird times. So flies really early, and you burn all your DM getting up here, which means that if you get here and you're out of DM, right, just drop, right? You don't have to stay up here. You just drop, right? Not waste your cooldowns, or and then maybe you'll see the widow. You can maybe DM that, right, as your DM recharges. But like you just stay up here, and then Echo is going to push you like she's going to do, right? And you have no way to stop her because you get GM back and you immediately spend it, right? And she just throws stickies in your face. You're still not dropping, right? You take a ton of HP, you burn your boosters and more DM because you panic. You grab the Mega, right? You're wasting DM again, right? And now your monkey's pushing and you're not DMing him, right? Because you this entire time you spent all your DM coming up here and you wasted your DM. Didn't actually like your first cycle, like your first DM recharge, you spent immediately and then didn't block the stickies. Then you dropped, wasted the rest of your recharge grabbing the Mega, right? And then as soon as you come out, you waste the last of your recharge, right? And then the monkey's about to jump with half health because you didn't DM him on. Yeah, you gotta be more like aware of your DM usage, right? Like you gotta be more like um disciplined on it because like you're just throwing it out and you're not getting any value. You're not even gonna block the fire strike. That's the worst part. After all that, you let the fire strike through. All right, so this jump is okay because the echo is here, right? So and also remember that you can also just this guy, right? I know you want to help your monkey, right? But like monkey is most of the time going to be fine. If he's not, right? Like you want to help him on entry, right? You want to DM this so you don't have to do this, right? And that way you get this guy, right? Because he'd only be this low, right? If you didn't get headshot on the way in, right? Um, or he's only this low because he got headshot on the way in, right? So if you just DM that headshot, he's totally fine, right? And then you can turn your attention to this guy instead of trying to protect your. But yeah, because the Echo committed to peeling, you don't have to worry about her diving your backline, so you're chilling. Oh, don't fly away, you just hurt her. Again, threats, right? Diva, control threats. That's your big thing. Almost every threat in the game gets bullied by Diva, because Diva is just like, she's a bear. She hits people and they die, right? So, if you're playing whack-a-mole with threats, right, you need to find who the threat is and actively keep them out, right? You just need to keep them busy, right? You don't need to kill them. You just need to stop them doing what they want to do, right? And ideally hit them back, right? So in this case, kill the Echo. That's great. Who is a threat, right? This is where you take a second and look around, right? So you shoot this Ryan. That's still fine. And then you're gonna boost at this Zarya. Is this Zarya a threat? No, literally doing nothing, right? How much damage does she? How much charge do you have? 37, right? So she does like I don't know. They nerf beam to 70 damage, right? To a max of 195. That makes the math so complicated. Or 190, because like it used to be double, like 95 to 100. Oh, they nerf beam damage to 100. Max beam damage. So now it goes 70 to 100. Charge adds 1 damage, 7 damage. It's like 107 damage percent. She hits everything on a Reaper who has Wraith, I assume. A Wraith, but he has an auto pocket, or he has a big pocket. Right? Like, this guy's fine, right? This guy is not a threat. What you need to do is stay here and control this guy on your left or this guy on your right, right? Wait for the Widow to reveal herself, right? You can drop if you want to, but don't fly away from this spot. Because once you've flown, you've committed, right? You're not going anywhere else, right? But if someone dies the Widow now, this is on you. Or an Ononate or something. You're gonna fly the Zarya, and like, she doesn't care, right? Instead she roasts you, she just turns it on you. Now you're the one taking pressure instead of relieving pressure, right? Because you're thinking normally you should relieve pressure, you deal with threats, right? But instead you've just given yourself away, and now you've made her a threat, right? Because she wasn't doing anything before. Now your team has to heal you, right? They're busy doing other stuff. The monkey has been low health the whole fight. Right? Now you go for her because you're immune, except you're bailed as well. So now again, just giving her value. This Zarya's 50% ult, and I'm pretty sure about 30% of this is. Right. Now you could fly up there because your team is actively pressuring, and they have nothing else to look at. Fine. Normally I'd say take high ground, but your monkey's already there, and like you're actually locking the monkey out from doing. Okay. As long as you're marking the monkey, and you're following him around, this is like generally speaking okay.
Go. I'll keep you here.
It's a little harder, but
Get through this.
again, you gotta be patient, right? Because just burn your DM, they're gonna wait out your DM and then do what they want to do. Sleep is a long time, right? So just like look, stand here. There's a look until someone does something to him, right? And then you gotta be patient.
Time to raise my EPM.
Personne n'échappe à ma regard. Mettre son
Circuits engaged. Diva.
All systems checked out. With this. Routing power. Forward shield.
Oh, whatever. Right, you should definitely take high ground now. Widow, that's fine. Next booster should just take you directly right here. This is where you want to be. The only exception, by the way, is if your backline is intelligent and they get off cart. If they start getting off cart, go take high ground, then you should push cart and your monkey should up here. But if your backline is like dumb, which most of the time, then just play on the high ground above them.
Taking off.
Yeah, this is good.
Hello there.
No. Backline's being dumb. Don't help them be dumb.
No.
Alright, so you should know they have grab. There's a lot of ways of eating grab.
This.
We're not going to talk about it, don't worry. Just keep in mind that if you want to engage with bomb, you're opening up the grab opportunity. So, like, be very careful with that. 3 mech, you know they have grab. Mech kill.
You've taken damage.
God. He's so greedy. Ah! Alright, my guy. Again, like your job is dealing with threats, right? I know you want to get the bomb play, and then I know you want to get the remake play, but that's not how you win games, right? You win games on D.Va by doing the little things right, right? The threat is grab. And nade, as a matter of fact, right? So if they get a nade into the grab, you just lose, right? If they get enough people in the grab, they win. If they get like the right people in the grab, right? They get your squishies and you can't protect them from like the widows, then right. So it's really important that you know that the win condition is grab, right? Or like a flanking McCree or a flanking widow, right? And all you do instead of looking for a bomb and then trying to get a remake kill afterward is you need to look for the threats that are actually going to happen, right? You need to keep your eyes open. Is someone up there? Is someone over here? Is Zarya flanking? Where's Zarya, right? That's another really important thing, right? Where's Zarya? Where's Kree? Where's Widow? That's what you need to know. Ana to some extent. Like the Ana is actually, right? Because she won't be here all day. She'll be like flanking and looking at nades and stuff. So you need to know where they are, right? And if all you're doing is hiding here, waiting for a remake kill, you don't know anything, right? Come out and try to go for the monkey with the remake, and you get yourself grabbed, you lose your mech, your team's dying, right? It just feels terrible. I say that as your team's not dying, but you know, the idea.
Let's get this payload.
Nothing wrong with that move, but just like, you know, who's the build up, you know? It's the accumulation of errors.
Back in the game. Hi.
Now you're dying. At minimum, even though your team didn't directly die from that grab, it cost your team a lot of resources, and it still lost you your mech, right? And your mech, not having a mech killed you, and eventually killed your team. Like direct, bunch of indirect stuff happened. That was like, that was a good trade. If you're gonna push this way, right? What is your team doing? Back here. So should you or should you not peek this? There's no. The answer is sit here and wait if you really want to go this way, right? And generally speaking, you probably shouldn't go this way. You just need to clear it, right? Make sure that no one's liking this way, right? And then you can like drop down with your team, like double back, right? Same situation. Fighting pressure onto the flank that you need to clear, despite not having help and your team not doing anything, right? Then you're the one who gets cleared. Force a ton of healer attention. Right?
Administered.
Time to read my VPN.
It takes a lot of effort to heal you back up. And you took your team's nade. Any guesses what's going to happen in the next couple seconds? Because I think you're going to lose mech and then your team's going to die to grab. Or you're just going to die. Same, that's the same thing.
Time to be young to die.
Alright, turns out Rally's OP and they live the grab. But the point is, you shouldn't be giving them grab. No, you died. You inted. You didn't do anything. Your team won that fight by themselves. We're actually a non-factor that fight. You ate the high noon that wasn't actually hitting anything.
0 to 3. Switching sides. Initiating.
I've been split.
You let me worry about the confidence, you know. 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Get all those dinks. She eat those right ones. Alright, you should be here. Mostly because your monkey's already here, and you like control main better, right? What's gonna happen is if you sit up here, you're gonna get distracted by the Zarya. She's eye candy, right? This monkey's gonna walk up straight over here, hugging this wall, so you can't see him. Like walk over here, cross over here, right, and then jump straight into your backline, and you're gonna be dead. Okay, you're gonna respond late, right? It's not that you won't be able to respond, but you're gonna have to respond late. Now the monkey's gonna kill you. Why are people so bad at this game? What is he doing? It's literally free. You just boosted into this hallway to get the Zarya, right? This guy can just go straight for your Ana, and no one can do anything about it. Oh, get a freebie.
You have my thanks. Time to read my VPN.
Fight the monkey. Don't take damage on the risk her death. Finally. Should probably like at least hang out in the area. Probably. Might need help getting back. I think you're boosted. Oh, really. You went back in, wow. Animal. Alright, so shot the tracer, right? Ducked back. Have you relieved the pressure? Yeah. You stopped her from doing what she wanted to do, right? Follow into the tunnel. You need to sit here. If she tries to walk, if she tries to blink past you, you can chase her and force a recall, right? But you're chilling. You're holding this corridor down, right? And now you need to wait for something else to happen, right? Sitting here, you stop her from going this way. They're going to double back, or she's going to try to trade with you. Sit here, get healing, right? Sit here, you can't get healing. Trades suddenly become a lot less good for you. And then when you fight the tracer off, she either has to commit to going through you, in case you boost after her, and she recalls, and then she's non-factor for the rest of the fight, or she leaves, right? And you've won the flank, right? And now you can find another flank to control. Dumb. Okay. This is a poor division of labor. I don't know what you're. Why is he over here? It saddens me greatly to see dead. Well, it's not really the division of labor you want. What you want is you controlling the monkey, right? And your monkey controlling the backline. But he wasted his bubble here and then just like ran. Oh, go figure. This is okay though, because like if your monkey doesn't have bubble, he's really bad at this. Like you doing okay. You go high ground here, right? Like so instead of sitting here, right, and taking the beating, right, as soon as you have your boosters up, like DM forward, fly into them, knock them up, knock them away, right, and then fly up and land on the high ground. If you have DM, if you don't, just like fly away and hide, right. And then you can keep this ledge for healing, right, and then you can either look for a bomb engage if you can't get healed because she's busy and there's a lot of stuff going on, or you can like look to just like push over here and drop down on their backline, right. If you do get healing, but this is like you're just not even using. I mean, I guess. Pretty good though. Good. Like, you keep driving bombs directly into high noons and then getting flashed for it.
My barrier's about to go.
You really gotta prioritize your life. Demon's a hero that really just doesn't die much. Really not supposed to die. Like flying straight into deliver bombs and dying. Good. Make monkey sad. Monkey sad. Well done. Now you kick the monkey out, so now you need to think about where the tracer is. Where the tracer earlier. She is, so you should be like, instead of doing this and standing here, you should be like backing up and checking this flank for tracer, right? Or like sticking your nose into here, like checking this, like looking down the stairs for tracer, right? Like don't give the threats a moment of rest. Like who are the threats, right? Tracer, monkey, right? Hog to some extent, but he's not a lot more obvious stuff. And McCree when he's flanking, but like he's here, so you don't care about him. But like also if you check your flanks, you'll find the other heroes when they're flanking just naturally, right? Okay. That's a big read. I would not have committed boosters there. You have to know the tracer's there. And again, right, you fight out here, that trade's favorable for her. Right? She could even suck it out and killed you, to be honest. high ground. Take high ground. No, don't go here. Go here, right? And then if you need to, you can drop, right? Makes things so much easier. Makes it a lot easier to DM this monkey as well.
Get through this.
Fine. Gotta act a little faster than that. Like a lot faster than that. Select your boosters.
짜증나.
My ultimate is ready. Come on.
Don't go here. Go here. If your monkey gets hooked in this doorway and dies, that's not on you, right? And honestly, you can drop and probably save him time anyways. But go to high ground, right? Now you can't go to high ground. Gotta DM that. Alright, I love using peoples to hold this one door. Again, you just keep using boosters to make big reads, right? You're like, oh my god, the tracer has to be going this way. So you like boost out this way, there's no one here, right? Just go high ground. Just go high ground and look, right? Vision, so you don't commit your... Once you've used boosters, again, like we talked about the Zarya over here, you're locked in, you can't go anywhere else. Right? At least if you're gonna make a read, use the rest of your boosters to take high ground, right? Like boost over here and no one here, like, oh, back up to high ground. I'm done.
Nerf this.
Please stop. It's not good.
High score for sure.
Alright, this is something I respect though. You need to tell your Reaper to like get off of you. They don't look your way. That's fine. Well, no one wins. Like you really need your Reaper to like leave. Whatever. You're being shot at. Dude. No, this guy's been doing nothing except shooting down this corridor. What are you... That's the envision. Okay, your team just wasted all of their ultimates on the combo and got 0 kills out of it. Or I guess like 2.
60 seconds remaining.
Run. Yes. Nothing to do with that guy. Grab should be coming up soon.
Get through this. Time to raise my BPM.
Keep going.
You stay alive, not taking too much damage here. Your backline out of line.
The payload has reached the checkpoint. Together, we are strong.
Alright, is that all the... I guess we're gonna let it go. I was at 60 seconds of fighting in the same spot. Alright, overall, big things for your diva. You need to be more disciplined with the matrix management. You need to be way better like about scouting. Because like, again, diva is one of the best scouters because she's like, she doesn't take damage a lot of the time when she scouts because she's just a matrix and is. And also like, he has good mobility, right, to do scouting, right, and then just generally having a diva doesn't telegraph a whole lot about it, even comp, to be honest. If like it's a so yeah, you need to scout threats more, know like where they're going, who's dangerous and where they're going. Notable people are like Monkey, Roadhog, anyone who flanks. So like that can be like DPS that like to flank, like Tracer, DPS that can flank, like McCree. Although McCree honestly fits in the category of likes to flank too, to be honest. But like if you're playing against DPS who is not playing it, like if the DPS player you're playing against also likes to flank, right? You like see him flanking all the time, even on dumb heroes that very well. Can't think of one off the top of my head because like all the DPS. He's playing I don't know. Let's go with Doomfist. This doesn't like to actually split up too early. But if he's like going for really aggressive flanks early on as Doom, he's splitting up before his team gets set up, right? And he's like trying to like stage separately, you hunt him down and force him to fight. Um, but you were like very consistently taking fights that like weren't favorable, or like not scouting actual threats, or when you would commit to dealing a threat, you would like use boosters super early, right? Um, and then be stuck in a position where you didn't really want to be in. Um, so those are things to keep in mind. Your bombs were atrocious. Not gonna mince words with that. Um, like you just like walked in your bombs in, and then try to get remake kills afterward, and it never worked. Like it literally never worked. Um, and you gotta like I don't know. Bombing is like difficult, a lot of stuff to it, but like the first step is like actually intelligently using your bomb, not just running them down with the bomb and trying to get a remake kill. um, yeah. Overall, if you have any questions, let me know. Um, and yeah, that's made sense.